Hi guys, welcome to the first video in my join along of She's Crafty's mini paper pad class, but not mini paper pads. This one I actually do use the 6x6 that I have for this collection, but I also have the 12x12s. So this is my first layout. This was her first sketch that she used. As I mentioned, I am going in order so that I'm not cheating in that fashion, because it is supposed to be a challenge. So I printed out the sketch, which I showed you there. It's by Laura Whitaker. And then I printed some photos. They are photos of our kiddos. The first time we took our little one roller skating, she was a little over 3. I printed them at 4x6, and then I didn't like how big they were on the page, so I cut them down. They end up being about 3x5, which meant I had to mount them on 2 separate pieces of 6x6 paper, but that's okay. Right, we're trying to kill these collections, use the things we have up, so I have to stop hoarding paper. So the first thing I did was choose a 12x12 to mount my white cardstock on. That is one of my favorite things to do. I do that on, I'd say, most layouts that I make. Either all 4 corners or 2 sides. And then I inked the edges of the white cardstock with, I believe it was Chipped Sapphire by Tim Holtz. I have a couple blues, so I put down the ink pads upside down so I could see my daubers and see which one matched the blue in the collection better. You see, I skipped ahead there because I usually attach my cardstock to my patterned paper with liquid glue. I have 3 liquid glues that I could not get anything out of. I have the fine line bottle tips on those, all 3 of the bottles, and none of them stay unclogged. So I don't know what I am doing wrong, but I now have no liquid glue that will come out of the bottles. So here I am mounting my photos. This paper has words on it. Let me see, I'll pull it out and see what the words are, because I have scraps left here. Let's see. Always, love, forever, heart, things like that. But when it was the 6x6 paper, you couldn't, and then I, trimmed it so closely to the photo, you really could not tell the difference, or tell that it had words on it. I don't know if my trimmer is off or I positioned these wrong. One photo was like 1/8 of an inch bigger than the other one. But I think once I, get all the other things on the page, I'm not sure you can really tell that. But this collection ended up working fairly well, since I wasn't looking for, I didn't go in saying, oh, I have to have embellishments that have roller skates on them. It was nice to just go with the colors, since they were both wearing blue. Both sets of skates had red on them, so it worked well in that regard. She wasn't so sure. She's actually very good at staying on her feet for both ice skating and roller skating. She doesn't do like crazy legs. She just shuffles and gets started, and she's actually pretty good at it. But she started, and then she cried, and then I went to watch. I don't roller skate or ice skate for my own safety. I don't know if I've told the story on this channel, but my husband took our son ice skating and asked me to come along and watch. It was when we had just our son. So I went and I was like, okay, I'm not skating. And he's like, come on, just once around. Come on, just once around. So I gave in. I got halfway around the rink. I fell, cracked my head on the ice, and ended up with a concussion and out of work for a week. So I don't roller skate or ice skate for my own safety because I'm just clumsy. But I went to watch her on her first time, and she does better when I'm not there. She, even now, when they go ice skating, I don't go. Because if I'm there, she wants to be with me. If I'm not there, she ice skates. So her first time, that's exactly how she was. And almost 2 years later, she's still the same. So the sketch had a circle in it. And I tried with my doily to put a circle type element there. And it didn't pop enough off the white background. And then I tried coloring it with a light pink, and then it still didn't pop enough, so I tried coloring it the blue, and then it looked too purple. So I was like, okay, I'm not spending any more time on this. We're going to just move on. We'll find some other way to incorporate circles into the layout. I know a lot of people can draw on messy circles. I cannot do that. I've tried, and I always end up ruining my background. So I just decided to keep going, plug along, and I'll incorporate, you'll see, circles later through my embellishments. So I'm just using the 6x6 paper, and I'm piecing it together under the photos so that you can't tell that it's, just a 6x6 cut apart, which works, fairly well, depending on where you can hide the seam. Of course, I didn't get it straight the first time and end up having to pull it back up because even with a ruler, I have trouble getting things straight. If you want something hung in our house, you better wait for my husband to get home. Even on my cups, to put the decals on straight, like I send him pictures or he does it himself. That's his contribution to making my cups, because I just can't get them on straight. They always seem to be going up to the right. But yep, these were just scraps that I had. I know I said I was, not worrying about cutting paper, but they were there. They were the right size. The color worked well. So why not, right? In the end, though, if when I think about it, I really didn't kill that much of this kit. I used 2 6x6 pieces for mounting my photos. One for, but I did keep those scraps. One for the banner and one for the background piece. And the 12x12, I cut out the middle. So I think I'll have paper till the end, My kids, when I unfortunately pass away, will be still with the paper. The poor things will be going through it. So here's where you see me start adding some circles. I do go through the entire die cut pack, pulling out some things. I don't make you sit through that whole process. I do cut it out and come back when I kind of have some things picked out. You'll see later in the video, I do use the letters that came with this kit. They're banners. And I didn't like that they were banners. So I end up cutting the banner part off so that they're square. Except I can't seem to get them all straight. So they're on the layout right now, you'll see at the end. But I may pull up the one word, the one you can't tell. that it's not straight, but I may pull up the one word and put some kind of other thicker there, because I'm not sure I can stand that they're, you know, a little cattywampus, so to speak. These are some of the pocket cards for this kit. Sometimes I do use pocket cards behind my photos and such, but these have the rounded corners, so I pulled out and thought I could fussy cut some of those things for embellishments, but the circles just weren't large enough. So I tried to use some of the circles that were in the kit, but I end up going a different direction, and I end up grabbing a punch. It's a 1.5 inch circle punch, and I use that. I liked the size of the acetate piece, so I kind of tested what size that was. It was probably about 1 3/4, but I didn't have that size punch, so I went with 1.5. And I end up making my own embellishments for two places, and I don't usually do that, and I actually like how they came out. I include gold hearts. I don't remember where I got the gold hearts. I'd love to buy some more, or I'd love to find some gold glitter paper and cut my own, because they worked really well as layering pieces for the embellishments. And I guarantee that I'll need more before long. I really liked them. And then, of course, we had my glue that didn't work in the beginning, and now my tiny attacher is out of staples. I had to refill that. But isn't that always the way, right? It's never when you're scrapping on your own. It's when you're trying to show somebody something or get somebody something done quick, that's when your ATG runs out and your stapler and all of the things, right? So I'm going to show you in a little bit where I end up putting my journaling. It's kind of floating out in the middle of nowhere, which I don't usually do. I usually try to tuck it in somewhere. But I've noticed that the feet on my Caterpillar leave marks on my paper when I use it, and it did on the white cardstock. So I used an eraser, which lifted some of the prints off, and then I put my journaling there, and it covered up the rest of the little footprints. So yeah, here's the title pieces. You can see they're banner shaped, and I didn't have anywhere that I liked them as a whole banner, but when you see the end, you'll see how askew the word skate is, and that's really bothered me. So like I said, I may end up changing that. But for now, the layout is done. The memory is documented. I'm going to finish the layout by putting down some Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine that I'm still hoarding, and some Nuvo drops in berry blue, red berry, and mustard gold. I have both bright gold and mustard, but the mustard matched the glitter hearts better. I've really been enjoying the Nuvo over enamel dots because I can make them the size that I want and still have the same look as enamel dots. But tell me what you think of my take on the first sketch for She's Crafty's mini paper pad. Again, I'll make sure to link her channel down below so you can check out what she's done. Down below also is any links I can find to these products. Some of them will be affiliate links, which add no extra charge to you. They just give me a little kickback for being able to share and show you the products, as well as links to where you can find me on other social media, my blog and Instagram and all those fun things. So let me know your thoughts on my take on this sketch, and I hope to catch you guys again soon. I'm really enjoying this so far. I've already got an idea for my next layout, and I'll talk with you guys soon. Bye.